The night Daniel Hale carried the last cardboard box into the dim hallway of the apartment building, he didn't notice the woman stepping out of the elevator behind him, tall, composed, eyes sharp with a kind of quiet authority. If he had looked back, if he had known who lived next door, his entire plan to disappear might have unraveled before it even began. But Daniel wasn't looking for the future. He was running from the past. And he had no idea that the person who would change his life forever was about to knock on his door. If stories like this move you, if you believe small moments can change entire lives, take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because stories like Daniel's deserve to be told, and you don't want to miss the next one. Daniel was a single dad in his early 30s, exhausted in a way sleep couldn't fix. 2 years earlier, his marriage had collapsed in a storm of accusations, lawyers, and custody hearings that drained every ounce of his confidence. His ex-wife, Melissa, was powerful, well-connected, and relentless. She had made it clear, very clear, that she wasn't done punishing him for leaving. When the legal pressure and constant threats became too much, Daniel did the only thing he could think of. He moved. New city. New apartment. No forwarding address. A place small enough to hide, quiet enough to breathe. The apartment wasn't much. Thin walls. Old carpet. A faint smell of paint that never quite faded. But to Daniel, it felt like safety. His 6-year-old daughter, Lily, ran from room to room that first night, laughing as if the world hadn't nearly crushed them both. That laugh alone made the move worth it. Daniel promised himself that here, in this anonymous building, he would rebuild. Slowly. Carefully. Invisibly. The next morning, as Daniel struggled with a jammed coffee machine, there was a soft knock at the door. He froze. For a split second, fear tightened his chest. Melissa. A lawyer. A mistake already catching up to him. He opened the door cautiously and found a woman holding a small potted plant. "I'm your neighbor," she said, her voice calm and warm. "I'm Emma." She smiled. Not a corporate smile, not a forced one. Just human. Daniel relaxed despite himself. He introduced himself. Lily peeked out from behind his leg, and Emma bent down to greet her like she had all the time in the world. No judgment. No questions. Just kindness. She handed Daniel the plant and said, "For new beginnings," before heading back next door. Daniel didn't know it then, but Emma Wright was the CEO of one of the fastest growing tech companies in the country. To him, she was just the neighbor who worked late, dressed simply, and sometimes shared extra groceries when she cooked too much. She never mentioned boardrooms or stock prices. She asked about Lily's school, laughed at Daniel's dry humor, and slowly, unexpectedly, became part of their quiet routine. Weeks passed, and the walls Daniel had built around himself began to soften. Lily adored Emma. They would draw pictures together in the hallway, and Emma never once seemed rushed or distracted. Daniel noticed how tired she looked sometimes, bone-deep tired, and realized that whatever her job was, it carried its own invisible weight. But peace has a way of attracting the past. One afternoon, Daniel received a message that made his hands shake. Melissa had found him. Not the address, but the city. The legal threats returned, sharper this time. She wanted full custody. She wanted to remind him who had the power. Daniel spent that night sitting on the floor after Lily fell asleep, staring at the wall they shared with Emma's apartment, wondering if he had been foolish to believe he could hide forever. The next morning, Emma noticed his red eyes and trembling hands. She didn't push. She just said, "You don't have to carry everything alone," and left a note with her number written on it again, as if reminding him it was okay to ask.